The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning. Let's get a tablet and pen. Let's begin. Let's see what I can do to help you today. Now, in that tablet and pen, I'd like you to write down today's date. You see, I'm a person about time zone. I want to start something. I want to get my list. I want to check it twice, and I want to see it and believe it, go get it. In other words, accomplish the goal. I have no excuses, and I'm kind of blunt, so please don't take it personally when I tell you you got to get off your assets and go get it. You see, the bottom line, this is live. And they nicknamed me the Godfather of Credit years ago on KNX Radio. Been on there about 47 years. So guess what we get to do? No pictures, no recording. What do you get to do? Write it down. See, I like goodies. I didn't like being used and abused as a kid. I didn't like eating out of a trash can. So I'm online 6 days a week. You can go in here and out and ask me some questions. I answer them too. Now, I got a couple of problems. Not only was I born in a taxi on the way to Guardian Hospital, all right, and I got used and abused as a kid, but I rhyme. Unfortunately, I don't try to because both sides of the brain kind of work. Both hands write at the same time, and I get to talk at the same time too. So if I end up rhyming, sorry, that's just me because I got an IQ of 203. Now, the bottom line is my journey began, like I said, born in that taxi on the way to Guardian Hospital. She didn't want me. She took me in the trash can. But Mrs. Hope got me. She used to abuse me too. So today, your journey can begin with me if you want. So this means I'm going to help you get to million to billion. Is that okay? So let's understand. I made a promise to myself as a kid. I promised myself I'd never have children unless I could find a foolproof way not to bring the pain home. Because that's all I got as a kid. Because I didn't get a true mommy and a daddy like most of you. And the bottom line is I kept my promises to me. I hope you keep your promises to you too. Now the ultimate goal for me as I look behind the curtain. Every time they said a couple things, I want to have they what? Money for a rainy day? Put your ducks in a row? Let's see what we can do today. Let's think about that. All right, safety credit. Take your credit cards in your purse or wallet today. Take them out, put a sticky in the back, or write down the procedure. Write down the limit of the credit card. You write down maintain 25% always, never pass 29%. You see, that'll basically give you safety credit. You see what happens, these are two cards of 50,000 apiece. That's 100,000. And if I only use 29% like I just told you to do, that's 71,000 of safety credit. Case blank hits the fan, lost a job or pandemic. See, this kind of crap about your credit going to crash, it's got to stop. Because you don't need to do that in the first place. I don't understand silliness, but I guess what most people do, they follow like ducks and sheep. Next thing is maybe you have a corporation today. Oh, goody for you. All right, what did you do? You spent thousands of dollars to get a piece of paper that's actually free. You see, let's understand something today. The corporation you might have today on the Secretary of State's website, they see it, they see your name, and they sue you if something goes wrong. So I created something called division process in 85, 86. So I want to show you exactly what you can do not to bring the pain home ever again. Ultimate goal. Now the next thing is basically put your ducks in a row. What does that mean? Corporation, 3 divisions and $1 million of credit, never bring the pain home. You see, it's not hard to get to the $1 million dream, but you got to quit following like ducks and sheep. So let's understand. I came with that foolproof program. And I'm going to show you some things today. I'd like you to change your life right away. So let's understand. Here's some people that use my blueprint too. From Arnold to a hospital in Fiji Islands with Dr. Lucky. From there, Gold's Gym, Superman. From there, we got a college professor by Yale University. All right, homeless to $1 million to $1 billion. From there, guess what? $1.6 million. Oh, Giovanni works for Pixar too. Little Karen in Long Beach. Wow, 1.2 million in 9 months in her videos too, and homeless people coming out of prison as well. Here's Free Ricky Ross. Free Ricky Dicky Ross. What do we got? I got him 3 gold and platinum cards up to $1 million each. I built his credit for his wife and other things too. Here's Thomas. He was in prison for 26 years. Came out of prison within 8 months, enough money to start his dump truck business. So those brand new dump trucks making millions of dollars a year. You see, today, I want you to learn some things. Unfortunately, what most people do is make the mistake. The biggest mistake in the United States of America is not understanding SSN, SS4. So let's understand this today. We get one SSN. We're all ducks and sheep, and then one's a lonely number. They're classified as we the people, and this means very simple, the SSN. And they tax, and probate when we're dead. You see, here's how it works. All right, Roosevelt, our president, he took all the gold that were away from everybody. They seized it. They call it Fort Knox. Then Nixon took the gold standard out. So after Nixon took the gold standard out, every woman at the hospital had to get an SSN for the baby within 2 hours the baby was born. Before then, you did it on yourself. So let's understand SSN. That's how they track us in the 1040 tax return. Now we're going to look at the SS4. Your banks and grocery stores in cities file bankruptcy in locations called branch numbers. And go to what? You got to dissect this form called SS4. Line 1 right in front of you says legal name of entity. And this is also other people, individual person. So let's understand. You could put your name on an SS4 and never basically hurt the family ever again. But you got to learn to play the game. And don't worry, I won't win you the game of business 45 years ago. SSN equals 1040. From there, we have the SS4 equals 1120, known as the tax ID. You see, you didn't give yourself a chance. You brought the pain home. Here's a way to get a second chance every time. So I want you to pay attention, write down irs.gov, and I want you to look up the 1244 form. That's right. We're going to play by the rules. And this way you do what's called an S corporation, single filing, and almost never pay tax again. So the lack of knowledge is why people do stupid things. People aren't stupid. The reality is they just follow stupid sometimes. So let's understand. The United States of America Incorporated. What did they do? They got 50 corporations called states. All right, they're corporations. And then what did they get? Cities. They're corporations too. Then they invented Chapter 9 bankruptcy under the Federal Protection Act. So they get to bankrupt the debts of a city and stay in business in front of you. You see, your biggest problem is we're the people. You got to learn to play. Next thing is a corporation is a legal person. And then never bring the pain home again. Here's what I did. You see, I didn't want to bring the pain home like you. And I wanted a second chance in case I needed that too. So in 1985 and 86, I developed something called division process. I'd like you to write down divisions. I'd like you to have 9 of them. Let me show you why. You see, here's a division of me. Can you write that down, please? Write down division of me. We look at that form. Again, it says legal name of entity, corporation, division, subsidiary, bank, grocery store, city, or we look at an individual person. If you allow me to take your name and put it on the SS4 through my system and my dashboards, I could build Experian, try and do an Equifax credit reports right away. I don't have to take 3 years like you did, 2 years, and still didn't learn how to play. Here's a corporation, division, subsidiaries. So we get another chance to play. Now let me explain it some more for you too. All right, here's one of the Lamborghinis, part of the collection. It's only $1 million Lamborghini. So what are we going to do? Here's the keys. What are we going to do? Let's understand. The payment is $6,800 a month. If I guarantee it and I can't pay it, they're going to take it away. And what they're going to do is take that loss and report it to the IRS as a 1099-C. Now I have an IRS problem and I have a creditor problem. What am I going to do? Well, I'm not stupid. I'm not going to do it like that. So what do? Get it to the corporation? No. They sue the corp. They would sue me still. I'm still a duck and a sheep. I bought the Lamborghini through a division of a corporation the way I designed it and created it in 85, 86. I showed you SSN versus SS4. So I'm going to guarantee it as an SS4. And I have no intent to do fraud. If something goes wrong, I'm going to do the 3-step. Can you write it down, please? I wrote it for me, but you can use it too. I'm going to disconnect, isolate, incorporate. If I can't save it, I'm going to bankrupt it under the Federal Protection Act. And then on from there, I'm going to take care of the corporation and the other pieces. You see, I don't bring the pain home like you. There's no reason to do that in the first place, too. So the next thing is like when you sign the lease of a building. You never sign the lease as a corporation because the Secretary of State, they see you, you're a duck, and they sue you, they kind of mess you up. From there, it's a division of a corporation. And you don't guarantee it as USSN, you guarantee SS4 in case it doesn't go or doesn't work out. From there, we got a choice to get in the building and we can get from there the house. Next thing is, I understand we all watch the YouTube, the Google, and the tickety talk. All these people get an LLC, get your kids to work here, go in for free, get a tax. I say stop. To me, that's all crap. Corporation does not pay tax till it's profitable. You have 6 types of corporations to pick. That's why I do a class on every Wednesday and Saturday called Corporate Setup and Level 1. So we can look at what you got and what we get to build you to, up to $1 million. So let's understand SS4. How we receive money is what matters. We receive money. We don't pay tax till we're profitable. Next, about corporate credit. See, your personal credit, you can't write it off. Interest rate and credit card. You drop the score, can't get any more, and you can't write off diddly squat. Using personal credit to start a business, I'll give you that. Using it to build a business is called stupid because a corporation gets to write off all the credit it builds and interest rate too. That's why you don't hurt the family and take it from there too. Next thing is if we get a credit card like the gold card, up to $1 million. What does it say under the Fair Lending Act? We can ask for 99 more sisters. 90 more 9 cards off 1 card. Division of me and a division for each asset and item. So remember how I got the Lamborghini. I didn't guarantee SSN, I guaranteed SS4. And it was basically, all right, financed into a division. And if something goes wrong, what am I going to do? The 3-step. Disconnect, isolate, incorporate. Then I'm going to replace myself again through the SS4. I'm not going to be stressed out, and I'm not going to take my credit score below 750. Why would I do that? So me can guarantee a credit card, house, franchise. What is the ultimate goal? Never bring the pain home. Pretty simple to do if you know how to play under the corporate umbrella. So let's pay attention today. Remember, I'd like you to go to Secretary of State's website. I'd like you to go to Secretary of State's website. In your state, it's called sos.whateverstateyouin.gov. Find your corporation, find your name, and when they sue that, they sue you. Something goes wrong. And that's all being a duck and a sheep. So if you used your home address, please change it, because that would be kind of silly and dumb. That's how you got on the mailing list in the first place. So let's put our ducks in a row. And guess what we get to do when they sue the corp? They would sue you. You'd become a duck. You became a duck. Well, that sucks. So what do we get to do? Create a line of defense. And they're privately filed anyway. So we get a second chance. We get 2 per item. That would be the goal. So guess what? Nothing happens. Something happens wrong. What are you going to do? Well, as long as you have no intent to do fraud, you're not a duck. You see, that would suck. As we look at the corporation, it's a legal person. If we get a card with 100,000 to $1 million, the next thing is, would you like 9 sisters? That gives you $1 million of credit, which you get to write off. All right, from there you can put a piece of property and everything else you're trying to do. Corporate credit's a write-off, personal credit's not. So learning how to play would make sense to me. Hopefully it makes sense to you. So if we look at credit, loan, and money, see, everything above 10,000 usually doesn't show up on personal credit reports. So if I take a $100,000 Wells Fargo card, take it all off of a card, 100,000, I'm going to reference it by 3 and times 5. Most people get money and they kind of spend it and kind of piss it away. $100,000 of credit turns into 1.5 million of a line of credit. Getting a franchise or even an apartment complex, you have leftover up to 41%. So your first goal should be, let's go get that $100,000 dream, because that gives you financial freedom too. Here we go again. Here's a $100 million building across through South Coast Plaza Mall, $1 million Lamborghini, $5 million mansion, one of the ones I obtained, and $1 million race boat. They all have my name on them. You see, I obtained them through the corporate structure. So getting that first 100,000 is pretty important in building it to $1 million. One of the yachts in the backyard. How bad do you want this? You got one source that'll hold your hand 6 days a week. His name is Ray Reynolds, and by the way, that's me. I'll get you to $1 million. I'll even guarantee that too. So the bottom line is, if you'd like to be the next millionaire, just let me know. I'll repackage you. So if you let me add you to my credit system, I'm the guy that trained Ken Yarborough years ago at TOW in Experian. So here's one of the mansions I obtained. So let's understand what I need to do in the beginning, show you how to get the American dream. I need to analyze your personal credit. We're going to look at your Experian trend and Equifax. We're going to rebuild it. You're going to do your part. Now, my next question would be, what's your goal? As we look at this, I want to ask you a question. In business, you have to know your numbers. Please figure out how many working days are left of the year. How many? You'll need to know that. Now, here's my schedule. I'm online 6 days a week, Wednesday and Saturday, all through the day on Saturday, 10 classes. I've done this for 45 years. So the reality is it's going to be up to you to show up. Now, if you want to get certified through me, all right, and I certified through the Ray Reynolds University, you have to basically become that CFO. I'll certify that too. You got to get to level 1, 2, 3 in specialty classes and a 3-day boot camp. So let me know. Now, here's what's happening. May 26th, 27th, 28th, we're taking 3 days online with me. We're tearing apart the Millionaires Founders Kit, real estate system, financial system. If you want to join me, you can. So the ultimate goal is very simple. And what I usually do is give a bunch of bonuses for you. So here you go. Level 1, 2, and 3 in specialty classes, and we'll build you 10,000 of cash credit. There you go. The office sells it for about $5,000. I give it away for $1,000 during the broadcast. If you zell. If From there, if you want 6 months, all right, and you want 25,000, very simple, it's usually $9,000. I'm discounting it today to $19.99. So from here, you can actually get the 18 books and CDs for free. On top of that, and get a couple calls with me privately as well. So the bottom line is take a picture of Zelle today. Ray Reynolds recipient, ray@racecredit.com. So the ultimate goal, you get to play with me during this process and during this webinar. From there, I like goodies. You like goodies? See, I like showing things I obtained, not things that basically I had to rent for an hour or two. So God's gift, the mansion in the harbor, largest UDOT, Huntington Harbor. All right, we got basic Lamborghinis and buildings too. Pay tax or buy a Lamborghini. See, I like the yachts. You like those too? So the Harley Davidsons and the Cadillacs and the Duffys and the helicopters and the buildings and the Lamborghinis too. Again, see, I accomplish all my goals I've ever had. I'd like you to do the same thing too. 1981 YMCA del Toro. Very simple. You see, I wanted to prove white men do jumps too, when people say we don't. This one, I kicked out the lights. From here, you can get anything you want. As long as you see it, believe you'll get it, be faithful to that as well. But again, it's going to be up to you. See, I don't hear no. When someone says no to me, it's like, okay, thank you, have a nice day. Let's find a way anyway. It's a challenge. So we got to stop bringing the pain home. The lack of knowledge is the stupidity of man and woman, and we're not stupid. So the reality is you need the coach that's going to hold your hand 6 days a week. The #1 coach worldwide is me. So I got 10 classes on Saturday. You can go to those as well. But again, it's 1,000 steps to millionaire and to be the certified CFO. My ultimate goal is to leave about 10 billion plus to the RayReynoldsUniversity.com. Next thing we want to do is give back people up to 13 times their money back, up to 100% to 13 times back. Because why? Let's give them some bonus and personal business credit. Let's take away their excuses. Ultimate goal. So draw the diagram in front of you. It's a corporation with divisions. The Bank of America is bankrupt 5,000 locations. Chase has, US Bank has, Wells Fargo as well. How about Sam's Club? How about cities? So if we focus what we're allowed to do, working by the rules and tools, we can get the American dream. And that's the ultimate goal, is it not? So stop bringing the pain home, become a certified CFO, and reprogram your brain to millionaire status. So let's understand, I started my blueprint. I was 9.5 years old at the Torrance Police Department. Next was a library. Used to go every day for 2 years. And what do I call it? See it, believe it, go get it. So today, let's think about something. Here's a thought of the week for you. Stop treading water. And on top of that, all right, playing it safe isn't going to work. So what are we going to do? We got some choices today. #1, there's a couple things you need. You need a 750 score to be a CFO. Write it down. You need a corporation with divisions. Write it down. You need cash credit, 100,000 to $1 million. Write it down, please. Next, you need some checkbook money. And then we need some vendor money too, up to $1 million. So having all this will get you to the $1 million dream. By the way, you get to write it off anyway. So the goal is pretty simple today. That's exactly what you need. As we play, the goal is to repackage every one of you. So let's draw the diagram in front of you. And let's stop bringing the pain home. Put your ducks in a row and let me repackage you. Under the same corporate umbrella, by the way. So we get to play. 2024, I have a TV and radio show coming up. And that's what's happening is I won't be doing 6 days a week after this year. So you might want to see that as right around the way, because we get to do that as well. So guess what today? I'm the incorporator for rich and famous people, homeless people, people coming out of prison. All right. So the ultimate goal is what most people do when they start a business. They have a kitchen table meeting with their friends and family. And the bottom line is they say, let's jack it up. Let's take the chance. Let's hawk the house. I'm sorry. That's called silly and dumb because it never works. So if we take the corporate credit, I get to build you through my dashboards, you get to write it all off and literally basically get the American dream with no more excuses to you. Isn't the goal not to bring the pain home? Write down today's date, project 90 working days. So I wrote Winning the Game of Business 45 years ago. I sold it at the Bonaventure for 32 years. Ultimate goal. So if you want to play, I even have a system for real estate into the millions and billions for that too. Become the bank, buckets of money. So the bottom line is if you want the 18 books and CDs, it's $9.99. If you buy something in the program today, $9.99, I give you the books and CDs for free. I'm the only one can since they're my books and CDs. Starting a business or running a business, you don't know if it's your friends and family going to knock you down, catch you, or you're going to fall off the cliff. See, every day I get up at 2:25. I've done that since I was 2.5 years old. If I waited past that, the abuser would get me. So what do? I would go to my knees at 2:25, say, thank you, Jesus, for another day. And I go look in the mirror. See, I didn't get a real family and a mommy and a daddy. I used and abused as a kid. It sucks. So I got to put myself in check. Same thing you need to do for you. You see, your problem, sorry to say, is you listen to the wrong people, your friends and family. They might have ripped you off too. Well, let's look at what happened to me in 2009. July 4th, the wife wants to take out a group of people in one of my 3 yachts in my backyard. No problem, honey. Which one you want to go? How many people are we going to do? Next day, I'm in a coma. I die, but I'm in a different place, and I hear everything going on in the room. All right, the bottom line is my tax attorney tricks my wife to sign a POA, and the nurse asked my wife if I was a donor. Luckily, Jesus gave me a choice to stay in peace or go back. So I wanted to take away all your excuses. Very simple to do. Literally, I had to move 24 times since I'm 11.5 years old. I've been shot twice with a gun. I've been knifed 6 times too. So let's understand something today. It's not hard to do. See it, believe it, go get it. No more excuses for you. I got a book coming out this year called Jesus Not a Drive-Thru. See, being a Christian is a way of life, not a moment in time. So if we look at this today, ultimate goal is we're going to show you the Lamborghini part of the collection there, the Duffys, all right, the mansions, and how white men do jump. And stupid people say we don't. Next, we have to look at basically more Lamborghinis, Duffys, mansions, helicopters, U-Docks, yachts, and Ferraris too. So the ultimate goal is if you're going to reach the dream, you got to see it, believe it, go get it. But again, that's going to be up to you because so far you haven't reached it, and I think you should do it right away. So credit repair is a fraud. Sorry to say it's true. Go to the Federal Trade Commission. It says they can't collect money up front. There's a section 611. So write down section 611 today. It'll show you some things you can do to help yourself. Remember, they don't have a magic wand. What you have to understand is that credit repair companies collect 100 plus a month, and they write silly letters, not mine, not late. It's a lie. And on top of that, it keeps hitting your account again and again. If you're ever going to put your credit back on track, and I'll do it for you too, you got to man up and woman up and be responsible for your debt. It's pretty simple. See, there's only 3 things you have to do to get a 750. Negotiate open collection accounts. From there, all cards are 25, 29%. Rapid refresh. Now you got a 750. What are you going to do? See, I call it the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. Reality is you got a choice today, and you can get the same goodies as well. Once again, Credit Karma is free. No fun ever to help you. But again, if you allow me to tear apart your reports and analyze you, I'm going to show you exactly what you can do in about 90 working days to get to the 750 score. Ultimate goal, Sperian, Equifax, TransUnion. We have the ability to rebuild you and repackage you if you allow us to. Here's the application I don't think you paid attention to. It's called the application for Social Security Administration. You see, line 1 there says name to be shown on card, full name of birth other than above. And then you got to remember SSN equals 1040 tax return in the left-hand corner too. So what does it say on the form in the SSN you have in your pocket? In your purse, it'll say do not laminate, don't carry with you, and don't use for ID purposes, but you break the rules and tools all the time. All right, so you broke those rules too. And what do they do next? The bottom line is basically you have a choice. Don't laminate, don't carry with you, and don't use for ID purposes. And it says property administration, not you, association administration. But again, you use it for ID purposes anyway. So we get an SSN for a 1040 tax return. And then we're ducks and sheep. We get our first paycheck and we think we're ripped off by the company we work for. And they pointed out the SS what? And they pointed out the IRS gets their cut, you get the leftover. And the reality is you're supposed to survive on the leftover. It's what makes us ducks and sheep. If we pay attention that a corporation is a legal person and we the people, and the IRS in the 1244 will probably file one tax return. Ultimate goal. But again, you got to listen to me. If you want to play, remember you only get one SSN. Corporation gets one SS4. That means when they sue the corp, they sue you. If you take the division process I invented in 85 and 86, you won't bring the pain to the corp or your family ever again. But I got to get you to listen and learn at the same time too. So as we play the game, you become a certified CFO. So SSN, now I got to repackage you. I got to rebuild you to be an SSN for the corporation under the tax ID. And then here you go. All right, if you listen and watch this too, the SS4. So if we did this my way, you'd be a double CFO and the SS4. So what happens next is very simple. What happens from there is we basically choose wisely. We put our ducks in a row under a corporate umbrella. You see, the biggest problem is your lack of knowledge. The SSN equals 1040 tax return. Here you go again. In the little left-hand corner, it says SS5. That's IRS. So if we compare the SS5 to the SS4, it says the legal name of entity. That's like the banks and the grocery stores. But then it says individual person. That's you. So you can have one per entity too. So let's understand something today. It says banking and credit purposes. So the only form that allows us one per entity happens to be an SS4. We never had to bring the pain home in the first place. So keep in mind today the corporation should do only four things. Buffer tax, no taxes due till it's profitable. Corporate credits are write-off, interest rate credit card. From there, all right, car, fleet price, hotel, buffet. Pretty simple to do. Divisions are the line of defense. One screws up, get another one. They're cheap, multiple functions. Buy at wholesale price, multiple credit reports, flippity dippity do, and you separate liability too. So let's understand today. Under the corporate umbrella, all right, tax ID bills, cash reports. So if we did it my way, you could finance the American dream. I do guarantee what I say I can do. As long as you're part of the program and you follow through. I will guarantee it every step of the way. So let's understand today. It's very simple. All right. What I want you to do is one thing. We're not here to play push me, pull me. So in other words, do not jack up credit cards. Do not apply during the program and crash your rapid rescore. If you do that, I got to charge you a fee or close your case. You got to man up and woman up if you make a mistake. You got an open collection account and negotiate it. Very simple to do. You have an IRS problem, they got a form as well. It's called 656 433 A and B. The offer and compromise too. So you got choices today if you pay attention. So there again, we got that 750 score. All we got to do is analyze your credit, add some history, and pop your credit right away. So if you allow me to do that and tear it apart and build them up and away again and rapid rescore like Humpty Dumpty, we're going to basically put you in class on Saturday. The goal is at 750. And on top of that, we charge you $999. And we're your coach for 90 days. During the broadcast, I give you a $1,000 card back. But what I also do is I cut the price in half to $499. And then the card I get you is only $500. All right, that way you reimburse yourself too. So as we play the game, let's understand something today. Our goal is not to bring the pain where? Home. Take a picture of Zelle again. That's how you send money to me to rebuild your credit right away. Ray Reynolds recipient. ray@racecredit.com. So if you want to give me referrals, please do. I'll build more credit for you, or I'll sell you back 10%. All right, ultimate goal. Now, your referral has to say your name when they sign up. If they don't, you lose the opportunity. Or if you want, you can make sure you email me their name, and I'll connect the dots for you too. So as we do this, you also get the 18 books and CDs for free if you did this during this webinar with me. Now, I need you to call 888-567-8688. I need you to opt out for 5 years or a lifetime, all right, because you're on the national mailing list. From there, I want you to stop the things you do and learn to actually just repackage you. Ultimate goal, all right, planning the problem. I don't think you plan the problem. You let a friend and family member rip you off. Sorry to say, it's probably true. And then you spent thousands and some didn't work. If we think about safety credit, that sticky I said earlier, we maintain 25%, never past 29%. What does that do? We build our line of defense. And from there, all dashboards say 0 to 29 is green, 30 is yellow, 50 is red. So the ability to repackage ourselves too, when I hold your hands every step of the way. So there's that 29% rule again. Keep in mind, I know you're going to say, I got a credit card, Ray. All right, all of a sudden I got to jack it up. I tell people to knock off the garbage, please. You see, all cards but 2 use the 29% rule. When it comes to the gold and platinum cards, they don't use that rule. You can max it out $1 million, and they'll pay it over time limit too, and you don't ever bring the pain home ever. And you can get 99 more off each card. But you got to pay attention and follow through. So let's keep in mind today, you lose your job, have an emergency. What do? You run out of time, you run out of money, then you jack it up in 42 days and you get stuck. We don't want you stuck because that sucks. So what do we want you to do? Think. Let's say today you needed $5,000 now. You ask your friends, your family, the bank, they'll say no. If we got a $5,000 card in our hand like I do, and we max it out, the payment is basically, all right, literally $50 a month. So we have a safety credit card and not bring the pain home. Next, if you're in an escrow and they tell you pay a credit card down or so, it's because that real estate agent or broker told you 40, 50%. It's not true. It's never been that. So from here, let's understand. They say the average person wastes 140 a week. If that's true, that's 612 a month. So if I take a Wells Fargo card during a pandemic, I can literally go buy 2 pizza restaurants with the drive-thru. And that way I don't have to worry about bringing the pain home ever again. See, we get to learn to play. Once again, white men do jump. Just stupid people said we can't. So we got choices. Nixon, he took the gold standard out. Every woman has to sign the SSN form for the baby within 2 hours. So remember today, we use their personal credit maybe to start a business, but to run it, no. Because what happens when you jack it up, get stuck, you can't get any more, and you can't write off diddly squat. So I want you to focus having 2 cars up to 100,000 and only use 29%, 71,000 with safety credit. See, if you don't learn the rules and tools, how are you going to learn to have your cake and eat it too? The ultimate goal. So that's the ultimate thing for you. And think about Ray's rules. Step 7. All right, become a certified CFO and never bring the pain home. As we play today, keep in mind, there I am in that coma. And what am I going to do? Go boo-hoo-hoo? No, thank you. So what happens? Once you go to the address right there, you'll find out I'm telling you the truth. First coma, crippled for life. Jesus said, get up. I got up. Last coma, I got to die. Come back and help you. So you got some choices because the devil's trying to knock us down and hold us back. But God's delays aren't God's denials. So all we got to do is basically look at chapter 18. Where it says the corporation is a legal person, may sue or be sued. And all we have to do is basically what I created for me, for you. See, understand something today. All right, this is basically number 7. If we basically understand the lack of knowledge, it's why we do stupid things. We're not stupid, but the lack of knowledge is why we mess up. So I am the founder of Helping Hand Industries. Started at 9.5, $100,000 of credit cards in the mail. I got named in the movie Dave as well. So corporations and divisions get cash credit. Finance the dream. At the Bonaventure in my cat, I built $1 million of credit because I wanted to prove my point. Harold says you proved it. Well, I didn't think so. So we used plastic to finance the business. That's what I told them then too. And it's in their article, the next issue as well. So we got choices today. We need to have our cake and eat it too, because we want to win under a corporate umbrella again and again. Every tax ID I'm entitled to bill cash reports. Cash reports. Debt follows tax ID. Then we get cash credit reports. We get cash credit. All right, credit reports, cash credit cards, and then we look at checkbook money. Ultimate goal. So if you want to have up to $1 million, I'll tell you 10 divisions. If you want up to basically 41 divisions, because that's 5 million, let me know. A little more energy work to be done too. So as we play the game, the goal is to make your money making machine. Let's think today. If I get you a gold card, 100,000, my next question, would you like 9 sisters? Would you like a piece of property in each division? Would you like a franchise? See, your banks do this in front of you, and they even invented basically what's called what? All right, they invented how to basically Chapter 9 bankruptcy to wipe out debt, and they stayed in business, banks, grocery stores, and cities. So I want you to understand, as long as you have no intent to do fraud, or you have the intent to win, so you can do it again and again, not bringing the pain home. So as we play the game, let's keep in mind today it's pretty simple to do. That's why I have 6 classes, and that's why I'm on 6 days a week to help every one of you. So remember, we want to get cash credit. If we want to loan it out, we create a cash flow for you per time. It's in my book on page 6 anyway. So you can enhance your paycheck or replace it. It's up to you. Again, what are we trying to do? Line of credit, 10%. We usually charge 10% for a line of cash credit, whatever amount you want. Here you have 50,000 and 1,500 today. You have 100,000 and 2,500. If it was done during the broadcast through Zelles, there's the discount I gave you personally. But if it's not, then I guess you blew it. It's going to be up to you. I like goodies every day. I like the goodies. Would you like some goodies too? Now understand, it's called cash flow free up your time. What are we trying to do? Go look at your corporation today. When they sue that corp, they sue you. If you do it my way, put your ducks in a row, they sue the corp, you became a duck. That would suck. Reality is the line of defense gives you the better chance to make sure you don't bring the pain home to you and your family too. Understand that today. I charge $4.99 per division. Get the tax ID, credit reports. Very simple, $4.99. If you wanted it today, I discount, I'll give you 9 divisions for $9.99. Okay, so the goal is 9 divisions, $9.99, so you get basically a great price, or 18 of them for $16.99. Ultimate goal. So what are we going to do? We should always go after that $1 million of credit card money, $5 million of checkbook money, and then the Dun & Bradstreet money as well, because that's called OPM. Very simple to do as we basically get to the American dream. So keep in mind today, I'm going to tell you that I'm affiliate. 119 creditors is true. I think only 10 are great. The rest I don't like. But let's think I get you a gold card or a platinum card. How about this green spark? It's 100,000. And we ask for 9 more. How about we look at the B of A? 9 more. How about we look at the Wells Fargo? 9 more. How about we look at the Ink card? 9 more. How about the gold card? 9 more. That's 5 million if you obtain that. We haven't talked about the other 5 cards, and then on top of that, we haven't talked about checkbook money. All banks' lines of credit tell you right online in their dashboard. Unsecured business line up to 150. Okay, that's what you're looking to do, as long as you have a 2-year what? Presence as a corporation. So today, if you want a line of credit, I call it checkbook money up to 5.4 million, let me know. We can rebuild every one of you. to get past go. All you got to do is listen and learn and have some fun too. So keep in mind today, if you needed a corporation that's 2 years old, we do have some in stock, which you can qualify in your own state. Same filing fee anyway. All right, or you can basically get it through me. I discount it to $2.99 during the broadcast. There you go. If you Zell, you'll get the $2.99 price for a corporation today. As we play, there's your Zell information. So keep in mind, I have 8 specialty classes on Saturday. Very simple in rotation. This Saturday is tax balancing, 8 o'clock in the morning. So we're going to go for at least an hour. From there, it's $9.99 per class and specialty, and we'll break that down for you too. Keep in mind this Macarena crazy stuff, got to stop. Now that you know there's 29% rule in all cards but 2, and the only 2 we can jack up are the gold and platinum, and we don't bring the pain where? Home ever again. We don't have to. As you play, keep in mind, creditors for cash credit require a certified CFO. So as you do this today, ultimately goes, I build one of those up for you. If you want me to, I do charge $9.99 to build one up for you. But again, it's up to you. What do you want to as well? It's a Zell. So keep in mind, if you ever get stuck because you want to use a credit card or something, have a hard time sending money over and set up right away, email me, because I'll have someone call you right away. So keep in mind when we use our personal credit, start a business, okay. Using it to run a business, jack it up, get stuck, can't get any more, can't ride a dilly squat, that's kind of dumb. If we use corporate credit, we can use borrow money, it's not taxable, we can get the American dream. We can buy that lifetime income too. Once again, this is have your cake and eat it too. Raise rules. That's the ultimate goal. If I wrote you a check today for $1 million, what would you do with it? Put in your personal account? Sorry, I'd say that's kind of silly and dumb. I would have put it in the tax ID of the bank account of the corporation. Pay the bills first, then pay tax on the leftover. No leftover, no tax. It seems like corporations with lines of credit do it the right way. They never pay tax ever again. But again, it's a choice. So here we got the United States of America again, where they get 50 corporations called states. States get corporations called cities. And then they have a Chapter 9 invention called basically under the Federal Protection Act, and they bank up the debt, stay in business, or they say bye-bye to you. You can write it off too, as long as you have no intent to do fraud. So keep in mind today, Google the word bankruptcy. It'll say SSN SS4. Who's going to file bankruptcy? Hopefully nobody. But it does say SSN SS4. Who's going to be the duck this time? The family, all right, SS4 and you, or basically the division subsidiary, and that's the way to play. But again, it's going to be up to you too. As you play, remember, if you have, let me add you to my credit system, I can get you that mansion, and I can build you credit up to $1 million. As long as you go to class, not fall on your one, and basically pay attention to. Ultimate goal. So as we do this today, remember, if you got a corporation before you met me, I'm sorry you didn't learn diddly squat. They're actually free in all 50 states. You pay a little filing fee. So the ultimate goal, all right, even today, all right, California waived the fee till June 30th of this year. You don't have to be a duck or a sheep. Here's a starter package. See, national average for a corpse for 3,000. Don't understand why. Rebuild the credit, rapid score, articles also tax if you don't have them. I'll give it to you for free. If you have them, we'll use what you got. Set up level 1 every Wednesday and Saturday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Let's build you 5,000 of cash credit, so you get 2.5 times your money back. During this broadcast, I'm going to discount it to $9.99. That means you get 5 times your money back, all right, that you put in, and you walk away with a corporation with good credit across the board. Ultimate goal. From here, we have something called Millionaire in the Making. Discounted is $24.99. It gives you 5,000 of credit normally, but today we're discounting it here and giving you 10 times your money back through personal business credit. Ultimate goal is going to be up to you. So bottom line is we have to follow through. See it, Believe it, go get it. No more excuses. All right, we all get to the American dream. Here's your Zelle information. Ray Reynolds recipient, ray@racecredit.com. Ultimate goal, beat your tout, run your own race under the corporation. Make sure you understand to follow through. Keep in mind today, getting past go. Goodies. The mansions in the harbor, RayReynoldsUniversity.com, in yachts too. Helicopters, goodies. I'd like you to change your driver's license today to P.O. Box mailing address. All right, it's nobody's business where you live. All right, more privacy anyway. Next, we got to look at the car you drive today. When you went to the dealership, you let them sweat you for 5 hours or more. I don't understand that. You lost $5,000 and got inquiries too, left and right. So you understand something today. To buy a car, it is fleet price, tax ID division. No gap insurance, corporate car, full write-off. So from here, keep in mind, it's like the 1099-C. I bring this up because if you lose the car or a house, the creditor gives it to the IRS as a 1099-C. Now you have a credit problem too. Division should always be the registered owner. So then they get diddly squat when they bump into you. So please plan that too. As we play the game, keep in mind divisions are the registered owner of cars. If we did this in every piece of property in one slip, we can get rid of the piece and protect the pieces and the other things too. So your house payment should offset your personal taxes. From here, Amazon didn't pay any tax in the first 10 billion to trillion. But again, they're doing what they're allowed to do. There's no loophole. You see, the bottom line is, all right, it's very simple. There's no loophole. They're doing what they're allowed to do. So as you do this today, he's got a spaceship. He used basically a line of credit to buy Twitter in 24 hours. So the other guy's got a spaceship too. So as we play, we get to win, and we get to win the battle and play the game too, as long as you want to play and you want to win. So let's understand, Carl here uses his lines of credit to offset his taxes into the billions. Walt Disney turns around and writes an IOU to themselves in Newsweek so they don't pay tax on $1 billion. Run your life through the corporate in conjunction, please. Always remember, all right, corporation's a legal person too. So every step of the way, pay tax, buy a Lamborghini. You see, your paycheck is taxable income. You get the leftover paycheck. Gas, registration, insurance. Corporations should write it all off, don't you think? But instead, he made you write it off because you didn't write it off on your taxes in the first place. Step 17. So what do we get to do? Very simple. Why don't you get a copy of an SS4 today? SS4, you'll find out it says banking and credit purposes. That's the greatest thing you need to learn for rules and tools. So remember, irs.gov, public record. You don't have to be a duck or a sheep. You never had to be in the first place. Unfortunately, you didn't learn to play. But I'll hold your hand and get you there too. Here's Mama. Nixon took the gold standard out. She's got to sign the SSN form for the baby. Baby go in the stroller too. But again, you gotta learn the rules and tools. Escrow, closed homestead trust. So all of a sudden, what? All right, you have a house that's not in a trust and they sue you, they take it away, and you die, it's taken in probate, your family got diddly squat. You fix up a property, you hire the contractor, it's stand outside Home Depot. And why would you do that too? When they slip and fall and cut corners, they sue you and they take everything you got too. You might want to try my way for a while. I'll get you to $1 million to $1 billion. But again, all you have to do is understand, all right, we're not going to make sure they hurt our family. We're going to make sure they get diddly squat. Why not? Why don't you look up in your revocable trust today? All right, step 19, 6 more to go. I get people all the time, Ray, I don't want to be taxed. I tell them to knock off the garbage and understand you cannot play peekaboo with the IRS making a mess. Wesley Snipes tried it. He went out and he paid $5 million, but he got fined, and on top of that went to prison for 3 years. So keep in mind today, the IRS has a form called 656. 433 AB, solve a problem today too. Ultimate goal. So if you want to play, remember, I'd like you to learn to be a base of what's called basically an OPM. That way you don't pay a bill up to 90 days. You save up to 70% right away. And then the bottom line is pretty simple to do. When you close escrow on a piece of property, that 200,000 can be leveraged to $15 million. See, borrowed money is not taxable. You basically set up the line of defense. Ultimate goal step 20, what? 22. So if we play, here I am, the Ray Reynolds University, 22,000 square foot building, 2009. Locations in other states up to $1 million a day. God allow me to die and come back and help you. Ultimate goal. So what am I going to do? Go boo-hoo-hoo? No, I took out my blueprint. See it, believe it, go get it. And on top of that, I took out my closet divisions. I've been building credit and getting it in the mail since I was 9.5. There's about 53 million to play with. So what's the goal? Build a corporate umbrella. You'll need 3 divisions of you and 5 closet divisions for safety. I'm not going to go back to the period of a trash can. I'm going to protect my assets too. So keep in mind you got 1,000 steps to millionaire. Now, if you want to book a call with me, it's pretty simple. A lot of people do. They book calls with me privately to work on certain projects to help them get past go. Ultimate goal, because I use my foolproof program to help them too. So again, office sells these calls for $500 each. I discount it half price, $249. Ultimate goal, it's a blueprint call with me. From there, it's a Zell. All right, Ray Reynolds recipient, ray@raisecredit.com. Here's some of the people again. And basically, I got the coach too, from Gold's Gym. From there, it's college professor, university, even homeless, who lived in his car for 3 years. And Giovanni, little Karen, lady's got her basically videos online. And again, people coming out of prison too. Here's free Ricky Ross, 3 gold and platinum cards. So again, Thomas, 26 years, dump truck business within 8 months. See, repackaging somebody in their credit, personal things that need to be done aren't hard as long as they follow through and they do what they're told to do. May 26th, 27th, 28th, I'm going to be tearing apart the Millionaires Founders Kit, real estate, and become the bank and buckets of money. So if you want to join me today, you get level 1, 2, and 3 specialty classes, 10,000 of credit. Normally it's $5,000 for that. I'm giving it away for $1,000 if it's Zelled during this broadcast only. From there, if you want basically 1, 2, and 3 and 6 months, and you want basically specialty classes too, for basically from there, give you 25,000 of cash credit. What does that do? Very simple, normally 9,000. Today, through me, during this broadcast, it's $19.99. Also, I'd give you the 18 books and CDs one time if you don't have them already. And on top of that, I give you 3 private calls so I can blueprint you every step of the way. It is a Zell. Take a picture again. Ray Reynolds recipient, ray@raisecredit.com. What's a corporation? Legal person. We get credit for the corp and the divisions. Each division is allowed under the corporate umbrella, all right, to be a legal person because debt follows tax ID. Also credit reports. So if you wanted 9 divisions, it'll be up to $1 million. If you want basically 5 million, it's up to 41 divisions. See, numbers don't lie. Only usually people do. So the goal is simple. 2,000 of history, experience, treasure, and Equifax under the corporate umbrella. Office sells them for 1,000 each. I give them away for $499. Today, I'm going to give you 9 divisions added to a profit or non-profit, any type of corporation you want to, or 18. 9 or $9.99, 18 or $16.99. There you go. What are you willing to lose? Family, corporation, division? You see, the only thing I would lose is a division. I just want to replace and get another one. Today, if we play chess, we lose pieces of both sides. We get to play the game that way too. But again, it's going to be up to you because I want us both to get checkmate. That is actually step 23, the ultimate goal. So keep in mind today, all right, I love Lamborghinis and Duffys and mansions and all the goodies. I like to rebuild someone, training them how to be a certified CFO under a corporation and divisions to not bring the pain home. Very simple to listen to. I hope and pray you let me do it for you too. If you want lines of credit, usually 10%. Today, I have a 50,000, 1,500. I have a 100,000 at 25. Ultimate goal is a Zelle during the broadcast only. If it's not Zelle, then you miss your opportunity. As we play the game, keep in mind, always put RW in your Zelle. From here, remember, I like making millionaires out of corporations and divisions. So today, let me add you to my credit system. I can rebuild you, but I got to analyze you, show you the American dream, and what needs to be done right away. And I'll show you exactly what your part is too, as we get you to that 750 score. Keep in mind today, all right, never have joint credits just in the way. All right, buy a house, escrow, close, homestead, trust. Why anybody would spend money for the corp, I don't know. Because they're free in all 50 states, you pay a little filing fee. Divisions, real estate, franchise, current business, line of defense. So we got raised rules, getting bonus cash credit to people, all right, for everything they spend in up to times 10, taking away excuses so they get the American Dream Step 24. Ultimate goal. So here's the goodies again. If you want a 750, I analyze you, I add history. From there, we tear it apart. You get a wrapper rescore. You go to class on Saturday, and then basically you get a 750 score. We normally charge you $9.99. But again, during the broadcast, I discount it to $4.99, and I reduce the credit card I get you for $500 too. Ultimate goal. As we play, here's that starter package again. Rebuild the credit, rapid rescore. Articles on sales tax, if you don't have them already, I'll give them to you. From there, $9.99. Workshops on Wednesday, Saturday, 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time too. The ultimate goal is very simple today. It's $9.99, and it's 5 times your credit back to you. When we look at basically millionaire in the making, normally it's $25,000 of credit. All right. So what do? We discount it to $24.99. Now we get 5 times your money back. Ultimate goal. Here's 10 times your money back, because I want to get you 10 times your money back too. So understand the discount is during the broadcast only. Ultimate goal, I like to expedite everything for you right away too. So there's your Zelle. Ultimate goal. From there, if you have a problem, get stuck, place in an order, just email me. I'll have someone call you right away. So remember, the corporation, managing entities like banks, grocery stores, and cities, the ability to stay in business or even write off as bad debt and get a tax credit too. Keep in mind, your first goal should always be stop bringing the pain home, become a certified CFO, all right, and literally reprogram your brain to millionaire status. From there, we look behind the curtain. We do our best. Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. Ultimate goal. So at the end of the day, just keep in mind, step 25, our ultimate goal is to get you repackaged to the $100,000 of credit too. From here, if you have any problems, you can always call 800-510-3338. During the broadcast with me, you get discounts. You call the number. Just remember, they're not going to give you big discounts like I do. They're on a commission base, and they get a salary plus too. So the ultimate goal is going to be up to you. I always tell you, Zelle. Get all the goodies at the best discounted price you can. So just do our best. Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. And never forget, at the end of the day, God loves us all.